Tulsi Gabbard visits Las Vegas. Okay, so Tulsi Gabbard visited Las Vegas, Nevada recently, and she held a Veterans Town Hall. And how cool is that? That's her natural element. If you know, maybe you don't know, Tulsi Gabbard is a 16-year U.S. military veteran who's been deployed twice to the Middle East. So she knows these people. This is her people, and it really showed through the rapport on the video. So let's get into it. She started off with lip service. Politicians are still serving up lip service to veterans constantly, not going to bat for veterans on policy or on substance. She said, quote, leaders in Washington are very disconnected from veterans, end quote. How true is that? These empty suits who don't know anything about war, they just send people off to war, and it's very casual, and they don't know how to treat them when they come home, and it's just a shame. That led her into the failed war on drugs, legalizing marijuana. She gave a story about a military friend of hers who came home from the war, in pain, a lot of wounds, and the only major remedy that was offered were these highly addictive opiates. And he wanted medical marijuana because he's like, no, I don't want to get addicted to opiates. And he couldn't get the medical marijuana because it's a Schedule I drug. And, opiates were his only option. He ended up getting addicted, and so many people do, and it's just a mess. But here's a cool thing. Tulsi has a bipartisan bill, a bipartisan supported bill in Congress right now that would remove marijuana as a Schedule I drug, therefore decriminalizing marijuana on the federal level nationwide. So she's already going to bat for things that veterans need, and this is just one instance. Okay, she moved on to the high human cost of war, wasteful regime change wars. She said, quote, these wasteful regime change wars dishonor our service because it does not fulfill that mission that we signed up for. We signed up to protect the American people and not to serve private corporations and the military-industrial complex, and certainly not foreign governments either, end quote. Whew! I need a moment. That woman can talk some truth. Gives me the vapors. I love that. Oh man, it's just straight truth. Vets didn't sign up to go to war, for private contractors, private corporations, for foreign governments. They did it for the American people. Okay, it's just so ridiculous how our leaders can just send these people off to fight for other countries and for private corporations. It's disgusting. And Tulsi is totally against it, and I admire her for it. And she said, quote, this is why I'm running for president. Because we need a commander-in-chief who knows and understands the cost of war, end quote. Totally. If you don't have any war experience or military experience, I'm sure it's just easy to send someone off to war. She has the experience. She's been there. She can process these decisions in a clearer way because she knows all the ramifications of the costs of war. So her being commander-in-chief, those decisions will be made under a closer microscope, and most of them, I would assume, wouldn't even happen. Because like I said, being anti-regime change war is Tulsi Gabbard's main focus. Okay, so what else? Yeah, she said, quote, I will work to end these regime change wars and this new Cold War and nuclear arms race with China and Russia, end quote. Yeah, she also talked about nuclear arms. What I know of Tulsi Gabbard is she's anti-nuclear weapons, anti-nuclear energy too, I believe. Anti-nuclear potentially across the board. So she would definitely go to bat for that. No easy task. Let's see. I love this. This is one of the things I love about Tulsi Gabbard. Just this sentence alone sums up so much about her. quote, "I am someone willing to meet with our friends and adversaries to pursue peace," end quote. This is what I love about Tulsi Gabbard too, is that she's willing to put herself in these uncomfortable roles of peacemaking. People give her so much grief for meeting with people who are our adversaries and not even realizing it's through a context of peace. It's a mission of peace. It's not because she's buddies with Assad. Okay, it's just she's there to pursue peace, and this is one thing stands out out of Tulsi Gabbard's rhetoric that's just really hit a chord with me. Okay, and finally here we'll do a question. A question was asked, quote, "Are you willing to look at climate change as a serious issue?" End quote. And Tulsi answered, quote, "As Commander-in-Chief, I will make it a priority," end quote. Yeah, so Tulsi's pro-environment. She protested down at the Dakota Access Pipeline. She's for a Green New Deal. I don't think she was on board with the Green New Deal that was tried to put through Congress recently, but only because it wasn't good enough to her standards in some way. So don't get the idea that she's anti-Green New Deal. She's not. She's pro-green energy, and she's definitely pro-Green New Deal when a resolution of the Green New Deal is to her liking, she'll support it, is basically what I'm getting here. So she's definitely someone who takes climate change seriously, and we can look forward to that. So there was a bunch of other stuff, but I'll let you watch the video. I'll post it down below. Let me know what you think here. Like, share, and subscribe. Click the bell.